Hello, Akko here again. Welcome to episode 58 of my Feed the Beast Ultimate Let's Play. We're out on the hot air balloon. I've been messing around a bit. You can see, if you look in the bottom left, this node's now at 1390. What I suppose I need to do is determine how fast this node's moving, so I can set the airship to move at the same speed. But each time I've tried doing that to now, I set it at 30 seconds. It looked like it was getting closer, and then when I came back, the airship had left it behind. So I'm not actually sure how quick that guy moves. So I'll just move it now and again. I'll show you what I've done. Let me just, for now, put my helmet back on. My bag's a bit of a mess. Am I flying? I know, let's press K again. Like, don't know what's changed there, but yeah. Last few days, whenever I log on, I have to press that K button. So we started over here, this dungeon, pinched the node, and it was 800 and odd. And I started coming this way, and there was a node roughly there, so I brought the ship down, grabbed the node, and then I remembered this temple over here had a node in it, so I took it over here, grabbed the node at the temple. That's not loading in at all. Come on, load in, damn thing. Load in, damn world. So if you remember, we visited this temple early on in the series. Let's just load a few things in. I'm moving around a bit too quick, I think. It's very early in the morning, by the way. I may have an early morning voice on. So this temple had a big node right in the middle here, which is now gone. And then we passed this thing, so it sucked the node off this thing as well. So it's 4 nodes all merged now. Obviously I can't see it when I've not got my goggles on. But yeah, let's move it now and again. I mean, I don't really need to get the node anywhere, but it's just good to know that if you do want to build a Thaumcraft base, you could build up a pure node to say 500 odd, and then go out and pull some nodes from nearby to it, I suppose. But you don't want to. You want to keep all the nodes in range, or you would end up with your node just draining and not being able to be fed by other nodes. I don't know how far they can feed each other from. I saw some witches in this. What's it called? This swamp as well, by the way. I've not found a witch hut. I've never seen a witch hut in the game yet. That temple back there was the first temple I've ever seen, to be honest. And I've only found a couple of desert temples. But I did see a couple of witches out. I'm presuming they must be able to spawn naturally as well, just not from a witch hut. But I thought there was, until I saw one, I thought there was only from witch huts. Yeah, there was a dungeon. Down here, I got attacked by one down here. But I really can't see any kind of witch hut around. But that said, this foliage cover is quite heavy. So there could be something hidden there. And the other one I saw was, when I was messing around at the temple here, there was, sorry. When I was messing around at the temple, let me through. Here, there was one, just over here, yeah, just here. Looking at me, so I came and sorted it out. I'm not having you looking at me, witch. Or you, skeleton. Right, I'm going to head back to my base. There's not a lot of things I'm doing at the minute, to be honest. As I mentioned in the last couple of videos, I'm kind of just waiting for the server reset and to go to 1.5 now. I'm going to leave my beginner's guide videos on this version of Ultimate until there's an actual version of Ultimate, if that makes sense. But as soon as the beta version of the 1.5 Ultimate comes, I'll be joining the guys who I normally play with on the main server, and we're going to reset the server, so you'll get to see some of their stuff as well. And on there, because it's a server and we plan to be keeping it going a lot longer, and I find if you're playing with other people, you're a bit more motivated to make nice things. Obviously I'm motivated because you guys watching, but nice volcano. You're trying to find yourself a bit more motivated to make the world look nice and don't just destroy things. Like quarrying near my house, for example. I wouldn't have done that on a server. Which way is this coming? Yeah, I'll leave it for now. That's going to suck that node in, capture it. It just cost me a little bit of aura each time I start it up again. Right, I'm going to fly back, even though I've got my portal gun with me. I could just put a portal down there. I could even put a portal on the balloon. That's quite good for me, isn't it? It doesn't look much like a balloon close up, I don't think, but the closer you get, the less round it looks. But I think it's, you can get a grasp of what it looks like, but from a distance it looks alright. Huh? Little balloon there, flying away. So I'll be coming across the top of this node here, so I'll probably suck up that one as well. And then, if I continue messing about, that is, and bringing it back, I'm not sure if I'll actually have time to bring it back if the beta version goes live tomorrow. Which way was I going? So if I do bring it back though, this is the kind of path that I came when the server started. Actually, if you remember, let's just go back over here a bit. Now that everything's unloaded, so I'm just flying into a void. Right. This, oh, I've got a portal open there. Actually, I could go back for that. This this little Thaumcraft monument thing, I visited this in episode 1. I made a bed about somewhere around here. Here, I think my first bed in the game was here on episode 1. I think it's, in fact, I think the thumbnail for episode 1 is the bed that's here. And I came and visited this, and then we headed off in that direction after I climbed up here. We came around here, and I should have a little base down here. I climbed into to get a bit of regen because I was nearly dying from a wisp, if I remember rightly. Down to 1 heart or something. I don't see it though. I don't see where I climbed into the side of the mountain, so I could be making all this up. It could be a figment of my imagination. I'm pretty sure it was down there somewhere. But I certainly don't see anything where I climbed in. So maybe it isn't. Maybe it just looks the same. It was next to a tree, and I cut the tree down. Well, that tree's missing wood. No, it isn't. I'm maybe making things up. I am old, that can happen. We get confused easily, us old people. But I find it kind of cool that I've kind of come full circle back to roughly where I started. So yeah, there's that. So I started somewhere then. Spawn should be somewhere over here. If you've played with this world, if you've used a world download and never come onto this world, you'll see that there's a little bit of, there's a Mistcraft book and stuff near where you spawn in. There it is. This is the spawn point of the world, so if you get here, hello, welcome to my Let's Play world. Use a book to get to the hub. At the hub, use a book, home book. Let's see if that works. I've not really been here. Right, make sure I haven't changed anything, so then use the home book. There we go, excellent. Back home again. It's nearly night time, yeah, might as well sleep. So I've not got a lot to do, because a lot of the things I want to do I'm waiting for the new version. So I'm kind of just in a bit of limbo. I may even take a couple of days off just to like recharge the batteries before I start doing the new series and the playing, because it'll be a bit heavy, the new series. I don't know if I showed you that. Possibly after the last episode I just added the wind turbine to there. Since I'd made it, I'd put that on the windmill at some point. I think I showed that on camera, but it didn't seem to want to fly with that on it. So I'm not sure if it classes this has been connected, even though that was. Oh, I might have just not put it on right, but we've got a full battery there, so that's all working okay. I say manufacturer reload has changed a bit, so instead of just having 3x3s, the new version, I could have 11x11s. We're not going to have red power, so at first anyway, I guess it'll be coming back. But when the beta of the new Ultimate 1.5 version comes out, it's not going to have red power, so I'm going to have to find a different way of doing this. Steve's cart's going to be the same. MFFS is going to be a bit different, I think. I think it's a different mod. A different mod is dealing with that now than this version that we've got here. So there might be some changes in that. Yeah, so let's have a look at this. Thaumcraft Tower I never really finished, so I could actually get on with that and get on with sorting that out. Tree breeding, we did that and then lost it all when I had to reset the server because of that big ice chunk. mountain chunk that came in here. Crazy frame contraption. I think we've done that. We've certainly done that. And something from each mod. I've done most things. I've not done anything from mist peripherals. I've not made a gravity gun. There's a couple of little things I've not made, but yeah. What I want to do is make some nukes, because on the last episode I'm going to blow this base up. I might as well nuke it all. So, and yeah, Thaumcraft Tower. I should actually finish that off, shouldn't I? I'll definitely do that. So I won't be taking a break just yet. But I might have a couple. What day is it? It's Saturday or Sunday? Don't even know what day it is. I think it's Sunday. So the new version could be out tomorrow, but it might be out a week tomorrow, according to Slowpoke, that is. Let's just tidy up my inventory a little here. In fact, I'm just going to throw this in the void. I don't like a messy inventory. Oakwood can go, rotten flesh can go, hennepin seeds can go, and okay, rest of that stuff can go in there. So I think they'll be different on the new version, of course. I reckon they had the GregTech version of modular power suits. Will be the only way of making them, I reckon. So they'll be a lot harder to make. So I'll be going back, and I'm going to do this on the beginner's guide as well. I'll be going back to using Thaumcraft armor and stuff, and a normal jetpack. So I'm going to do that on the beginner server. What else wants to be in there? That, and then in fact, messing about on camera. I should do all my messing about off camera, really. Yeah. In my tool bag, I'll put my portal gun back, put my sonic screwdriver back, and I'll leave a wand out in my main bag. My Thaumcraft goggles. There we go. Keep everything tidy. Oh, put that in there as well. Yeah, all I need to do to make the balloon move slower is 4's west, for example. If I set that, I had that set to 30.4 seconds, and it was kind of moving a bit better. But just sitting there and trying to measure how quick that node moving is really boring. I tried doing it for like 10 minutes and I thought, nah, can't be bothered. Soul shards might not be in the next version either, because no one's heard from the modder for about 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks now. He said last was heard of him, he was working on 1.5 and he had some ideas, but it looks like he's gone a bit silent. So I don't know if he's still working on it or not, but that'd create some interesting problems to have to deal with to make sure we've got enough blade rods, ender pearls. Blade rods and ender pearls are the main two. Gunpowder's the third one. We've got all different ways of getting each. I mean, gunpowder, you don't actually have to use creepers, you can craft it. We could look at crafting gunpowder. Blazes, we can use a natural spawner if we need to. Well, we can use a natural spawner. You're not going to get as many as this, but you can certainly use a natural spawner. I could always set one of these machines up, but the natural spawners need a player nearby. Endermen, again, you can make a natural spawner in the end. Well, not a natural spawner, but a natural trap, XP farm. So we've got options. We've got options. Right, I'm gonna make some nukes. I never made a nuke. Let's see what goes into a nuke. Nuke. Advanced circuits. Re-enriched uranium cells. Okay, that could be a problem. Uranium blocks, that's easy enough. That's just 9 uranium. And advanced machine blocks. Okay, pretty straightforward. How do I make a re-enriched uranium cell? Right. I'm not getting anything. I'm pressing U on there. Uranium. Do I actually have to run a reactor? Oops. U in near depleted. So I thought a re-enriched was from using a near depleted in a breeder. That's my understanding of it. So do I need to make some near depleteds and a reactor and make them into a breeder? That might be the case actually. In that case I might make a nuclear reactor and make it into a breeder. What you got, just if you've never used nuclear reactors in Minecraft, you get two, let's go basic. You get two main types. You get a reactor that'll produce power, which should, you put your cells in. Each tick they can pulse and that pulses the amount of energy to create. It also creates heat. Cells touching each other double the amount of pulses each of them make, so that's how you get quite a lot of power from a nuclear reactor. So that's how you get a power reactor. And then the other way of making a reactor is called a breeder. And what you do in that is, each time they pulse next to one of these near depleted, I say them, it could be, you could just use these normal uranium cells. Each tick that pulses next to one of these, it'll add a bit of life back into this. It'll create a bit of power, but nothing like making a full power reactor. And it'll gradually refill one of these until it becomes re-enriched. And then a re-enriched you can mix with, I think, is it coal dust? It is re-enriched, you can mix with coal dust, and that becomes a uranium cell again. So basically, if you was to craft your normal uranium cells, which I'm not getting the recipes for some reason. Let's have a look. Re-enriched uranium. Okay, needs a canning machine because of Greg Tech. Well, re-enriched to make an uranium cell. One refined uranium, which is of course one uranium put through a compressor, and empty can, and make you one uranium cell. But if you had a breeder reactor, that one refined uranium can be mixed, can be put in amongst 8 cells, and you get 8 of these near depleted. So you're getting 8 times as many uranium once you've fed him through a breeder, if that makes sense. You're getting 8 times as many once you've done that. So you can make your uranium last a lot longer, which, if you're running your entire base off nuclear power, makes quite a lot of sense. Of course, we've got a nuclear B somewhere. So I should have quite a lot of uranium. So if I was making reactors for power, this guy's turned off at the minute, but if I was making reactors for power, I wouldn't actually need to have a breeder. So I reckon this guy would give me enough uranium just to use that. Let's have a look, see how much we've got. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research off camera then, if I'm going to do it like this. But I've got nothing else to do, so I might as well do it, eh? How much uranium have I got? 1510. That's a fair amount, isn't it? Not loads, but it should be good. So okay, I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to do a little bit of research, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I'm back. I've had a little look, and there's some useful breeders on the IC2 Nuclear Engineering Forum. First, of course, we need to build a nuclear reactor. This is going to be a short episode because it's like 8:45 in the morning now, and I want this video out for the usual 12 GMT, which is 1 PM my time. And my upstream's been really bad, so I might have to make this a little bit short, just to make sure it gets up on time. I will at least make the nuclear reactor. And the one I'm looking at is 3 chambers, so I think that's the reactor itself and 2 extra chambers. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chambers in total. So let's have a look how we make chambers. Pretty straightforward. Machine block, some dense copper plates, and dense copper plates are just 8 copper in a compressor. Okay. Now, how many compressors have I got? Excellent, excellent. Let's do this. I'll start using this copper, because these guys use quite a lot of copper. So I might as well use that one. And what I want is, we need 8 to start with. Actually going to need 9 to start with. Because I need 1 through there, just manually. And now we can make a pattern that 8 of them, it becomes 1 of them. And that can go in there, so it's quite useful. I had one of them ready. Just double check that is a compressor. Right. So machine block. I just realised I'm still on Faithful texture pack and not Spax. I think I'm probably just going to leave it on Faithful. I certainly do seem to have better FPS on Faithful. I do like Spax a lot. I should maybe use a lower res version of Spax. I use a 128. I think Faithful's better for people watching, not for people who don't like it, but people and people not for people who like facts. But a lot of people might not know what I'm doing due to the texture pack. Right, so one of them, 4 of them around it. Oh shit, 4 of them around it. Comes one of them. Let's have that then. It should be pretty easy with the ME network. So nuclear reactor. So I said I needed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them guys. So I make 5 of them. Generator's pretty straightforward, and should already be in here for making solar panels. It is excellent. So I make a generator. Let's sling them back in there. Thank you. Sling that back in there. And now reactor chamber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let them craft away. It'll take a little bit of time because the machine blocks will need to be processed through the macerator refined iron. There's probably no refined iron in here. No, I'll be making it as it needs it. You see I put an extra crafting monitor on here, resource monitor. If you remember, before I had to reset the server, I had 4 centrifuges, and that was keeping up on my platinum. But now it's back to 2, and I've never replaced them 2 yet. So I've got like nearly 900 platinum there, and I've got nearly 4,000 iridium nuggets. I could make pretty much anything. I looked at the Greg Tech stuff, by the way, and I think the new fusion reactor is in the 1.5 version. Greg, I like his stuff, but his documentation and stuff leaves a lot to be desired. The wiki is well out of date. I need to actually look on the changelog, the wiki of the changelog. If you do a search, I've done it before. If you search the changelog, you can actually find what's in what version. And I think the new Star Fusion reactor might be in the 1.5 version, which means I won't be able to update this anyway, because it's the wrong type. Okay, so what else do we need? I'll double check that after this as well, because if the beta version 1.5 doesn't come out tomorrow, it'll be at least a week away. So I might as well see if we can do that new style reactor. I might even do the old style reactor if it's a week away, even though it's out of date now. Advanced circuit. One of you, please. I've finally got into the habit of just typing into there and crafting rather than searching around like I was before. Should we make a pattern for this? Could I go crazy and make 1,000 nuclear reactors? I might as well make a pattern. There's no harm in it, is there? There's. I was looking at some reactor talk. Some stuff about reactors. Before it's Dywell's channel, then he made a reactor lately that puts out 2,000 EU a tick. That's quite impressive. And I was looking at some forum. I started on that and went on a tangent into other stuff. And someone said rather than making one 2,000 EU reactor, you can make a whole wall full of simple 100 EU a tick reactors, and have them all automated using routers. That sounds quite interesting. I don't know how much uranium they use, but having a big wall full of reactors sounds quite interesting to me. Just on a fun level. Have that all automated with the uranium cells getting put in via a router. I might have a look at that. I might do that as a different way of getting EU power instead of solar panels. The next server I'll plan to do it all off boilers and not use any traditional EU generation at all. Boilers and a massive bank of steam turbines, even though they'll take a lot of steel, but if I've got a steel bees running, that should be not a problem at all. So bees, boilers and steel and steam turbines is what I'm thinking of doing. I'm not sure yet. So I've got 10,000 EU a tick coming from solar panels, so I've pretty much done solar panels. Using lava is cheap. It's really easy, but setting up a pump in the nether it's really cheap. It's good for. I'd definitely recommend it to anyone beginning, and I should actually do that in my beginner's guide rather than messing about like I am doing. I actually probably will do that. Is that in the right square? No. Oh shit. Making a mess of the floor. I can't even see where I'm looking here because it's damn floor. So let's put you there, and then nuclear reactor. Hello. And 2 reactor chambers. Plop, plop. So that should give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just check my thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so on the there's a thing called Talonfire PWP blueyonder.co.uk. It's a little applet thing. In fact, what I can do is I make a GridTech computer cube. It's got its own little thing in here, so let's make one of them. It's going to need power. I think it's low voltage, so let's put it down here. Hello. And then you can actually make a thing in here, look. Don't know though. What's the hell? Okay, so you go through neutron reflector, cycle through all the bits there. Okay. So off camera, I'm actually putting the reactor I plan to build in that, but I thought that with a bit more options, to be honest, than it does. What's that do? Explosion power 36, runtime 50 seconds. That'll blow up in 50 seconds, just so you know. Okay, can I turn that off? How do I clear it? Clear, damn it. So that's the old type. So that's a mode key. So I'll put the one I'm going to make into there. Right. So I need one more chamber. So I just need time to compress that copper, and then this will be back. Come back. Thank you. So they're actually quite easy to make, aren't they? Quite easy to make, and put that guy on there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then right off camera, last little bit for this episode. It's going to be a really short episode. Is I'm going to put the design into there that I plan on using, and I'll show you that, and then I'll be wrapping up. Back in a bit. Okay, I'm back. I just checked the length roughly, and it's we're getting near half an hour, so it isn't that short. I've babbled more than I thought I had. Right, so I put these components in here. That's the breeder I'm going to be making. I've pressed that save button, but I don't know what it does. I guess that's a load button. It's like being in the 80s, these controls. So basically, just so you know, reactor is a standard reactor with no chambers is 3 columns, and then every extra chamber you add adds another column, so you can have up to 6 reactor chambers around it. So that's the pattern we're going to be using. 1 uranium cell, 4 depleted isotopes. It needs 39 heating cells to heat the thing up first, I presume that is. So you stick them in there, it puts loads of heat into the reactor, and if I press this button, what happens? Oh, there you go. So you saw a cycle. Oh, nice. I like that. Do it again. Do it again. What's happening? I showed you what happened there. It filled up them re-enriched uranium cells. Well, it filled up them depleted, and it made them re-enriched. And it took quite a bit of heat out of them, but okay. Interesting. I'll make sure that's all working right, but you saw what happened there. It made them depleted into re-enriched, which would give you enough to make 1 nuke. So yeah, so you see that's got three chambers, so there's room for 1 at the bottom 4, 1 in the front 5, 1 at the back 6, so you can have 6 in total. So I'll make sure that's alright, and I'll get some of the boring bits of these made. Let's have a look at, can I press R in there? I can press R in there, okay. Reactor plating, 2 dense copper plates, easy enough. Reactor plating is advanced alloy and a dense copper plate, okay. And then, what we've got here? Heat vents, iron bars, tin. Gold, reactor heat vents. It's all, looks like it uses a lot of copper. It's all pretty straightforward stuff. And then these heat cells I've got with, oh look at that, they've got a circuit in them. That's not just a lava cell, okay. So quite copper heavy, but we've got a lot of copper, so it should be alright. So I'm going to put the patterns for them into the assembler chamber off camera, and then I'll show you next episode. We'll put some stuff together, and we'll see about making some of them. So as usual, thank you very much for watching me. Just while I remember, because I'm terrible at remembering this, thank you every single person who's hit the sub button. There's a massive amount here now, like 800 plus. It's ridiculous. I never thought I'd get this many. I really appreciate every single person who's subbed. Thank you very, very much. So yeah, thank you. I hope it's enjoyable, and I hope you join me next time. Cheers. Bye.